player's performance is concerned, guess who we'll be talking about on this edition? About the Egyptian king, Mohamed Salah. So, what's up with Salah now? All right, let's start off with his contract issues with Liverpool. We all know that Salah, joined Liverpool close to 10 years ago from AS Roma after stints with clubs like Chelsea, Basel initially. He just rose to prominence after he was signed and brought to Anfield, and since then he's never looked back. And some pundits or journalists have even claimed that he's by far the greatest ever African to have played in the Premier League. Yes, it's arguable. There's been a rise of Tony Yeboah, Yaya Toure. You can talk about Kanu, Michael Essien, but they still feel that per his achievements and statistics, then Salah could go down as the greatest African ever to have played in the English Premier League. I don't know your view on that. Maybe you can perhaps also help us with who you think your greatest African footballer ever to have played in the Premier League is. But that notwithstanding, so Salah has been great for Liverpool. In recent times under Jurgen Klopp, we've seen him attain a couple of highs and then some lows as well. That's quite synonymous with every player throughout, their illustrious career. So we've seen him not really been so good under Jurgen Klopp towards the tail end of Jurgen Klopp's reign as head coach or manager of Liverpool. So Jurgen Klopp just calls it quit one day and then there walks in onslaught. And it's in his very first season where you'll be thinking, who is going to lead this Liverpool team? But Salah pops up again. Then you just get, the prime version of Mo Salah, that vintage Mo Salah pops up again for Liverpool, winning games for them left, right, center, and then, in the middle of the season, or even before, towards the middle of the season, there are issues about Salah not, thinking of even renewing his contract or extending his contract with Liverpool, if I should put it, because Salah is out of contract with Liverpool by the end of the season. So Salah was asked himself about it, and he says that he's more out of Liverpool than in Liverpool. And Slot, the manager, was asked about it, and he says he doesn't talk about players' contracts. But guess what? Salah still keeps on talking on the pitch. He doesn't even talk outside. Because, he's spoken about the fact that, he wants an amount of 50,000 or 500,000 pounds a week. That's a staggering 500,000 pounds a week. That would make him the highest earner in the Premier League. In the history of the Premier League, no player has ever received such, a hefty amount in just a week for playing football. So Salah says, okay, I need that money. Liverpool are saying, no, we don't have it. We can give you 500,000 a week. Now, he says, okay, then he's open to offers outside. So mind you that Salah is free to sign with any club of his choice in January. That's a pre-contract agreement, and also walk away with anything that the club deems fit to be a signing on bonus for the Egyptian king. And we've had teams like PSG in Europe, not just PSG, and then in the Saudi Pro League where it could be Salah's likeliest destination. That team seems like Al Nassr, there's Al Hilal, there's Al Ahly. So you can just imagine all these teams around in the Saudi Pro League still attracting strong interest. And you just understand why Mo Salah feels, it could be time for him to move. But guess what? In a season where you'll be thinking, Liverpool are running away with the title before the game week, they open up an 11-point gap between themselves and then also Manchester City. And then with the other clubs, it was 9 points before that draw against Newcastle. But in that game against Newcastle, where I will be talking mostly about, Salah makes history and he becomes just the player to score and also assist in 37 different Premier League games. And that record was being held by the former Manchester United legend Wayne Rooney, who scored and assisted in the same game 36 times. So Salah in that game against Southampton equaled Wayne Rooney's record for 36 games. And then in that game at the St. James's Park against Newcastle, where it ended 3-3, Salah ended up grabbing hold of that record outrightly, becoming the first player ever in the history of the Premier League to score and assist in the same game 37 different times. So that's the Egyptian king we are talking about. The player Liverpool feel doesn't even deserve a new contract or an improved contract. And the player feels, if you're not giving me the money, then I wouldn't have any other choice than to walk away and play for a team that feels that I deserve that huge amount of money. Yeah, we're talking about 500,000 pounds a week. So in a month, Salah could be earning £2 million. That's quite a hefty amount. It's unheard of in the history of the Premier League. But we're talking about one of the greats as well. Maybe perhaps since he signed for Liverpool, there hasn't been any better player in the Premier League since that span. It's quite arguable. But what's your point of view? Do you think per his performances, Mo Salah should be walking away with a hefty amount? That's a bounty. It's a huge money. It's a windfall. You can't put it. Or you think Liverpool shouldn't even be looking at renewing his contract because Salah is past his 30s. Salah is getting to 32, and that's quite a lot for a player who should be earning £500,000 a week. So that's where the tussle is. That's where the bone of contention is for Liverpool and then for the player. The player feels he deserves it. And if Liverpool do not tie him down in January, Salah is free to walk away and sign with any club per the FIFA rules. And guess what? It could be even Saudi Arabia, where you already have players, top players who have once played in Europe playing now. The likes of Cristiano Ronaldo, Karim Benzema, who has been a recipient of the Ballon d'Or. There's Ivan Toney playing there. There's quite a lot of these players. Riyad Mahrez and N'Golo Kante, all these players plying their trade in the Saudi Pro League alongside Cristiano Ronaldo, the king. So, Salah is still waiting on Liverpool. Perhaps maybe they've had their very, very first or last meeting to discuss that maybe he's not signing. But do you think that it would be unfair on the part of Liverpool, based on Salah's recent performances, not to pay him £500,000 a week? Or you think Liverpool are making a huge mistake not to even pay Salah that amount of money, because 500,000 is quite hefty? Or you just believe it's about time they just walked into the market, just grab themselves a new replacement for Mo Salah? You can also have your say in the comment section. Just what you have to say about that. You think that Liverpool should be tying him down, or you think that Salah is about time he just walked away from Liverpool and earned the money he deserves?